So recently around the NBA community, we have just found out that LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs have agreed to part ways after 5 seasons. So Aldridge will be joining a new team this season. So in today's video, I'll be naming 4 teams that I think LaMarcus Aldridge could go to. Before we get into the video, I ask you to drop a like on this video to help my channel grow, subscribe to my channel if you want weekly NBA videos, and to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and comment on this video to start a conversation with me because I respond to all of my comments. And play that intro. The first team I could see LaMarcus going to is the Boston Celtics, and this is because the Celtics have really struggled this season, and it's clear that something new needs to happen. Also, the Celtics' clear biggest weakness is their center or bench depth, and adding Aldridge would help both of those weaknesses, since I believe Aldridge is better than both of their starting centers in Daniel Tice and Tristan Thompson. And if Aldridge is better than Tice and Thompson, like I believe he is, he could start on this team, which would force both of them to go to the bench, which would strengthen their bench, since I like those guys more as backups rather than starters. Aldridge could also potentially come off the bench and add a lot of much needed scoring to Boston's bench, and I honestly believe if Aldridge would be willing to, he should come off the bench, since the Celtics have basically no scorers off of their bench, and off the bench Aldridge would get the ball way more and would go against backup bigs, meaning he won't be attacked on defense as much, and I give Aldridge going to the Celtics a decent chance of happening, but I don't think it's the most likely one to happen. The second team I could see LaMarcus Aldridge going to is the Portland Trailblazers, and to me, the Blazers are the clear favorites for Aldridge, seeing as this is his old team, and in the past, there has been tweets between Aldridge and Dame where they discussed him possibly reuniting in Portland. And not only could Aldridge go to Portland because of Dame, he also could be a perfect fit for them. At their starting center, Jusuf Nurkic has been injured basically all of the season, and they're being forced to start Enes Kanter, who I think fits way better as a backup big man, since he is one of the worst big men defenders in the league, and he doesn't space the floor. And while Aldridge is not a much better defender, he is a little better, I think. And on top of that, Aldridge is a guy who can space the floor, as he's one of the best mid-range shooters in NBA history, and he also is a respectable three-point shooter at this point in his career. Aldridge is also a solid rebounder and is a better post scorer. So Aldridge could join the Blazers if he's bought out. I don't think he'll go there via trade, but if he's bought out, I definitely expect him to see him on the Blazers. The third team I could see LaMarcus Aldridge going to is the Golden State Warriors, and this is because the Warriors have been starting a rookie in James Wiseman or Kevon Looney at the center position, and even though Wiseman is solid, you could definitely improve from him, and I think Aldridge could really help this team out, since Aldridge could space the floor, which can make up for Draymond's lack of shooting. Aldridge also could really help the Warriors, since outside of Curry, they don't have someone who's a great shot creator, and Aldridge is a guy who you could go to in the post, and he could hit very difficult shots. And even though Aldridge is way less athletic than Wiseman, he's way more smarter with his basketball IQ. So I think overall he would be a better defender than him. So I think Aldridge to the Warriors could happen, not via trade, by a buyout, and I think he could really help them out a lot. The fourth team I could see LaMarcus Aldridge going to is the Washington Wizards, and even though I don't think it's likely that he goes there, I think he would help them out the most, since the Wizards have been starting Robin Lopez at the starter position, which is absolutely terrible, and LaMarcus is a much better center, and he would fit amazingly with Russ and Beal. He would give the Wizards a third legitimate scorer, and he would space the floor very well for them, and he would take off a lot of pressure off Beal and Russ. Even though the Wizards' biggest issue is definitely their defense, and Aldridge definitely wouldn't help them on that side of the floor. Their offense is far from number one, so they could improve on that side of the floor as well. And although I don't think there's a huge chance he goes to Washington, since they're not a contender, I think he could really help them out if he's bought out. To conclude the video, I think the teams I named are the best fits for Aldridge if he gets bought out, and I think he will go to the Blazers. But if he's not bought out and he ends up getting traded, I don't know if any of these teams have the access to trade for him, if I'm being honest. Anyways guys, that's it for the video. Let me know where you think LaMarcus Aldridge will go. Drop a like on this video to help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want weekly NBA videos just like this, and to help my channel reach 1,000 subscribers. And comment on this video to start a conversation. To respond to all of my comments. And I'm out.